Parasocial relationships are so weird. I'm totally about to rant, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to say. I know generally what I'm going to say. Let's see what happens. I repeat, parasocial relationships are weird. So I have been on TikTok for 5 years. I started as a creator, I think in July of 2020. I didn't really know I was becoming a creator. I thought I was just introducing myself. And my introduction video did a lot better than I thought. And some local people in LA who were just online like the rest of us made some comments, and I was like, wow, this is an interesting tool. And if you've been on here long enough, it's a windy journey and you meet people. That's what the algorithm does. That's the thing that's unique about TikTok. It actually brings people together, because we have the gall and the nerve to show our faces, and so it creates authenticity, or it at least puts shit out on the table real plain to see. This morning, I was making my coffee, and someone that I've been following since 2020, someone that I've made very viral videos with, like I do edit. It wasn't like I really contributed other than recognizing this person's voice and enjoying them, and I did. And I still give them that credit, and I hope that they keep making content, and I hope that they get even braver and more vulnerable about what I heard this morning. But since he was vulnerable, I'm going to open myself up. I'm going to be more vulnerable about what exactly I think about that and why. And this has nothing to do with this individual, because I like this individual. I'm not going to say who it is, but they admitted to being a grapist. And like most grapists, it sounded like he didn't say that, but he said that. And it was even more disturbing to see all the women just being like, oh, good job. Thanks for being vulnerable. That's it. That's it. That's what it is to be a man, right? To be able to do something like that and have everybody respond like that. Listen, I like this person. They're smart. I believe that they're probably a rehabilitated person. I think they have problems and issues like everybody else. He's no less or more human than me, but what he is a grapist. And it's not up to me to tell him how to speak or what. I'm just mad right now. I'm mad, and also I support him. It's both. I blocked him because I don't want to see his face anymore, because to me he was a friend, and to me I feel lied to. And to me, I still see a problem there. And in my head I had an argument with him. This is why parasocial is weird, because I feel I have a relationship. We've never talked. We've never DM'd. We've been friendly. I don't think he knows my content well. Maybe he does. I don't know. He's not one to participate. I'm a participator. I comment, I like, I share, I post. That's why I'm here. I'm here for connection. I'm not here for clout or ego. The fact that I went viral is just a gift and a blessing, because that meant I got to meet a lot more people. So I support him. I support him speaking openly about his experience as a grapist. And men need to speak up. We need to stop monstering people, okay? Some people really, it's like everything in life, there's a gradation. And the problem that we have as a culture is that we can't acknowledge just how widespread grape is. Grape, violating boundaries, overpowering people, might is right. We don't listen to half the population with all the things they say. We have to talk about fucking bears. That's how fucking kindergarten we are with this shit. And even when you put it in terms of ABC 1, 2, 3 bears, motherfuckers still out there not understanding that they're just outing themselves. I know a lot of good men. If you want to know the truth, and this is funny, I said this to somebody yesterday, the best men I have ever known in my life, that I have relationships with, that I have connections to, that I have friends with. I love men. Men have just fucking sucked my whole life. They've just treated me like shit. They've treated me like shit. They have assaulted me in every way you can think of. Physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually. It's all power. None of it grade 8s, except for the shame. The shame that I'm supposed to feel. The shame that people put on me. Oh, what happened to her? Please. Listen, girl, I've been in private practice for a long time. It is widespread, especially among white people, which I found out recently. A lot of black people don't know that. They think that we really are just somehow more. No, girl, we're sicker. We're sicker. Because white supremacy is a disease. It is a made-up disease. Whiteness, I heard a woman say today, is approximately 500 years old. Why? Because it's a concept, it's a construct. It's not the shade. Even my shade of white is different than other people's. Why is that? My white is whitewashed. White is gone. Othering people, including people who hurt people, and I've said this in the past, and people come on here and they yell at me, I don't care. Yes, we have to hold people accountable. The accountability I hold him for is I don't want to see his face anymore. I don't want to talk to him. I feel betrayed. Did he do anything to me personally? No, but I feel the response. And what's that about? It's not about him. It's about every fucking man who refuses to step out of grape culture simply by refusing to acknowledge that that is absolutely the case, and it's undeniable. I used to think my story was special because it's complex and it's heavy and it's a lot. And I learned because when I left my childhood, girl, I was out, and in a good way. I was learning, I was having fun, I was making friends, I was learning who I was healing my trauma, I was healing my pain. I wasn't afraid. It was that shit. It was all that shit that kept me down. So, people feel sorry for me because I don't have family. It wasn't a family worth keeping. I was born into broken people who continue to break, who don't stop abusing, who do the same things over and over because trauma repeats. Trauma repeats. So I support what my former mutual did. I support him speaking because that is breaking the trauma. But the casualness that he did it, the way that he didn't use the word, there's still work to do there. And it's not my work, but I fucking see it. And I'm not going anywhere near that. It makes me feel sick in my bones because I've been assaulted by so many young men and men. Even as a little tiny girl, I looked at my son when he was my age, when I remember people first putting their hands and their bodies on me. And it breaks my heart for her. And that's me. And that's how I started life. And it just went on like that until I fucking stopped it. Which makes me a bitch. This is how I've lived. They've lived their lives raping, and I've lived my life as a loudmouth bitch. Because I dare protect myself, because I dare say no, because I dare have a theory about why you're fucking doing what you're doing. I was almost murdered in the desert at 17. I have a viral series about it. I think it's in the viral folder if you want to look at it. It's not just the people who are raping. It's all the people who just stand by and go, eh. And that's what I saw in his comment section, and that's triggering me too. He should have been, what do you mean harmful? Be more specific. What are you saying? Because he's saying it, but he's also not. And I get why. Listen, I'm not judging him. I'm happy he's doing what he's doing. I'm going to keep repeating this. I think it's a good thing. And I'm not going to call for canceling him. I had to. Because right now, I'm very triggered by the tone of that message, by the sort of half showing up of that message, and by the comment section of that message. Disturbing. We are all disturbed by this shit. We're too silent about it. We're not clear about it. We don't speak up about it. We're afraid of it. We're carrying shame from it. Do you know why? Because it's happened to so many of us. And that's literally the control, is the shame, so that you're silent, so we don't all know. Guess what? It's everybody. How do we stop this shit? Well, by what he's doing. But it's uncomfortable. People aren't going to like you. There will be consequences. There should be. Some things deserve consequences that might last on you a lifetime. It doesn't mean you can't live a good life. It doesn't mean you can't be a good person. It doesn't mean you have to dive into the darkness. And that's what people do, right? They use everything as an excuse to run away from the truth, to run away from the responsibility. So I applaud him for not doing that. I applaud him for running toward the responsibility, but show the fuck up more, and more people do it. More men do it. Just do it. Yeah, you might lose me as a friend. Oh well.